We back? I think we're back. Sorry about that. Just like went live and then it wasn't. That was the Wi-Fi in my house that just died. Okay. See if we'll just start slowly piling back in. My thing got disconnected. Oh, sad life. And also my stream did too. Sorry about that, yeah, but welcome back. We'll keep it cracking until the draft is over. Hold on, I also gotta reconnect my ESPN stream. What is this golden opportunity? It's for the Lakers being able to draft a center. Because okay, we back. Okay, we back. Can you see me? Yes, I think we're back. Oh, thank God. Round 2 is tonight. Yes, it is. Round 2 is tomorrow. Tomorrow, sorry about that. I just had to reconnect my stream. So a couple centers go back to back. 18, Walter Clayton Jr. just goes. So he was the 18th pick. Loading that back up. Cool. Getting back to it. Much needed. Sorry y'all for getting disconnected earlier. Looks like we are good to go now. And we're in here before early for like 2 hours and a couple of minutes, so we're gonna keep it going then. We just got the 18th pick on recently picked, so there's going to be going up to the 30th pick. Your audio isn't working, kind of. It was kind of skipping. Yeah, I think it was. Are we good now, though? We should be good now. Because everything on our connection is reading excellent. J-Dog, let me know if I am good. Speaking at length, because still covering this and still waiting if the Lakers are going to make a trade or not. Still think it's possible, but the teams that I was hoping for to draft centers did not draft centers, and then teams around the West have been picking up centers left, right, and center forward. Utah is going to send the 21st pick and second round picks to Washington for Walter Clayton Jr. Okay. We good? Awesome, Dylan. Love to hear that. We're here to the end. Walter Clayton Jr., he's going to Utah. Is there a way that you can listen to yourself? There is actually, but there's gonna be a weird echo. Very weird echo. Let me see if the skips are still going. Because it says my stream connection is good now. So my stream connection should be rocking. It says my stream is... No. No, I just heard myself. So it sounds good on my end. But let me know if there's any more issues. So I can try to correct that. But 19th pick is in. 18 pitches got traded to the Jazz. Oh, there's another Rich Paul client. Rich Paul really be digging this. Good to know, Dylan. Good to know. I blame the amount of people that live in this house. That's why my Wi-Fi connection can be shoddy at times. That, and I'm not on Ethernet. Oh, I would love to be on Ethernet on my laptop. Whoop, 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 whoop. Pick is in for the 19th pick. Who do we got? Okay, had a refresh. Okay, appreciate it. Appreciate it, J-Dog. Come on, Shams. I am wanting a trade. I need a trade. The Lakers need centers. We're about to be the last 10 picks here in the first round, and the Lakers don't have a new center on the roster, but everybody in the West does. Everybody in the West does. Everybody in the West got somebody they can look to. Oh, man. The Lakers dodge a bullet. For who? Are you talking about Mark Williams? Him getting traded? Ooh, Mark Williams. Okay. No. I'm not saying no because of that, but I'm saying yes, they did dodge a bullet because I was explaining this earlier before the stream went out. But the Lakers, they did the right thing and tried to make that trade for Mark Williams, but finding out this injury history, and for a guy that you're probably gonna want to pay $25 to $30 million over the foreseeable future, because that's what they traded for him on his rookie contract, so you get it for cheap. But then the ideally is he's supposed to grow with Luka, and then he's like the center for the next couple of seasons. And if you can't guarantee that from his perspective, then I'm fine with the Lakers going with somebody else or trying to go with somebody else. Because if you can't guarantee health, because health is very important in this league, and you don't want to derail Luka Doncic's like championship contention here with the Lakers just because your center is injured, because we've had that before with Andrew Bynum. And Andrew Bynum was a center that we couldn't trust to stay on the floor, stay healthy. And yes, we got a few good seasons out of him, and we were able to get a couple championships, but we need health from that position, because the center position is going to be very, very important. Is this dude French too? Because I just saw the Lakers' former two-way player, Armel Termel, just dapped this dude up. Yeah, he is French. Nolan Torreira. Oh, he is Armel Termel's brother. I see now. So he's going in the first round. Armel Termel was a guy that was on the Lakers two-way contract last season. Played just only 9 games for the Lakers. Didn't play too much. He was just like an energy guy. He wasn't a super talented player, but he was a high energy guy. But it looks like his brother, who was a guard, is going to be a little bit more talented than he is. What do you want? You want Walker Kessler? You think the assets we have to land him? We do have assets to land him. A couple things. Danny Ainge won't trade it to us, because why would he do it with the Lakers? Because he's an old Celtics fan. So it's the asking price has been dumb high for a guy like Walker Kessler. Did I see Ace Bailey's phrase? Yes, I saw it on IG because I was watching it here, but I wasn't really paying attention. But then I saw it later on IG, and yeah, he did not want to go to Utah. Not a lot of guys want to play in Utah, and it's understandable because if you've ever been to Utah, man, like it's a little get out e. Is that a word? Get out e, get out esque. Yeah, you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there in Utah, especially if you look like me or Ace Bradley. So what are the Lakers trades? So what are the trades? The Lakers that you can tell me? Oh, the Lakers haven't made any trades yet. Once they do, I'll let you know. I've been checking Shams constantly because there's been trades left, right, and center. I'm telling everybody, Zach, on how the rest of the West, they're really starting to stockpile on bigs. The Suns got 2 centers tonight. The Trailblazers picked up another center. The T Wolves got a center. So like, there's a lot of teams that just have been stockpiling. Yes, and the Lakers have not done anything as of yet. Remember, there's 2 days of the draft, so they still have tomorrow, and the Lakers are picking tomorrow in the 55th pick. Lakers got me pulling your hair out. Zach, no need to pull your hair out. Not now, at least. I say because I was telling Mark Medina, who was up in here, Melina, who was up in here earlier, to be patient, at least for the summer. But we'll see what happens with the summer. The Lakers still have time to make trades. If they don't make a trade tonight or tomorrow night, they still can make a deal. But they do need that big man. They do need that point of attack defender. Also, maybe that wing defender, too. Just more defenders on their roster. Who's your dream center? My dream center is Jared Allen. Okay. Jared Allen, he costs a lot. I like him. I do think he is gettable because the Cavs have to shed salary somewhere or another, and Jared Allen might be the one to trade away. So I do like him a lot. Claxton, though, I've said, though, has probably been my preferred center just because of his skill set. He does a lot of different things. He's an excellent lob threat. He's a guy that can defend multiple positions defensively, and he switches. And the Lakers are in a switching scheme already, so having Nick Claxton to be a switch defender can be very vital for the Lakers. And then also he's great in the short roll. So Luka Doncic a lot on pick and rolls will get double teamed. So there's got to be a release valve, and the release valve is the center or the person who sets the screen. So Nick Claxton is going to have a lot of 4-on-3 decisions, and he has, okay, what's the right pass here? It's like, are we driving all the way to the basket, or are we kicking out to a shooter? So he's gotten a lot better at those decision makings. Al Horford, yeah, he is a little too old. I liked Al Horford for most of his career. He's just been a solid player, but I agree with you. He's a little too old. But if the Lakers were to sign him, it would be in the backup role. And John Collins, yeah, I did hear about that. John Collins, the Lakers were looking at that, but he's more of like a lateral move, like between him and Hachimura, because yes, he's more athletic than Hachimura. Yes, he can grab more rebounds. He's more center-ish, but he's not that much better than him, or even if the same. Are we working on trade, Nicholas? As of right now, no. It seems like there was talks about Kessler throughout the day, and there was also talks about yes, not Kessler. There was another center that I was talking about already. Not Kessler. No. Kessler and Claxton. That's who I was talking about earlier. But nothing has came to fruition. I want the Lakers to get Nick Claxton in 3D wing. Yes, I do like Nick Claxton as well. 3D wing. Yes, depends on the 3D wing. It's like a Herb Jones. Herb Jones is the dream. Zach, if you were to ask me, he's the dream. My dream center is the dude from Memphis. That's the pipe dream. Oh, you mean Jared Jackson Jr.? Yeah, to be fully honest with you, I do not like Jared Jackson Jr. I think some of his stuff is fluff. Wiggins, oh yes, Wiggins talk has been a thing. We'll see. The Heat are picking actually right now. The pick is in. So we'll see who the Miami Heat pick and where they want to go. Because the Miami Heat have a lot of options. They were in on the Kevin Durant sweepstakes. They didn't get him. And then they would be in on Giannis if Giannis were to say he was available, but he has not yet. Would you want Drew Holiday if he is bought out? So J-Dog, unfortunately, I don't think Drew Holiday is going to be bought out. A lot of people are talking about him being bought out because he there was a report that said he doesn't want to be there, which I can totally see who wants to be in Portland. But he is just owed too much money. So he's getting paid over, I think, 75 or 72 million the next couple of seasons. So for him to buy out of that contract, he's going to lose out on a lot of money. It looks like the Heat drafted a guard. Oh, not JJJ, Zach Edey. Oh, Zach Edey. I don't think he gets traded. They just drafted him last season. Would you give up much for Jaylen Brown? I would give up everything for Jaylen Brown. I just don't think the Celtics would trade him to the Lakers. Derek White is more attainable, but he might cost a pretty penny as well. So Jaylen Brown, he's going to cost you like everything. Like he'll cost you Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura, Dalton, Knecht, all your picks, all your swaps. Because it's not only you getting Jaylen Brown, you're getting Jaylen Brown for the next 5 years because he's under contract for the next four seasons, and it's a massive contract. I don't think he gets traded though, Jaylen Brown. He's just too good to be traded. Derek White maybe, but Jaylen Brown no. Jokic, I'd give my left leg, and you can give your left leg, and the Nuggets would not give him to the Lakers. Yeah, Zach Edey just got drafted last year. Yeah, Celtics and Lakers. Yeah, I don't see them making a trade. I really don't. You think Trae is staying? Trae Young? You're saying, J-Dog? Is that the Trae we're talking about? Because if it's Trae Young, I don't think he's going anywhere currently. Because they traded DeJounte Murray already off their roster, so that ship is like sailed to me. Okay, so the Heat get a nice little guard too to go with their guard trios. Because they got Hero, they got Duncan Robinson. They had Davion Mitchell, who played well. Davion Mitchell, oh man, I would love Davion Mitchell as a backup point guard for the Lakers. Love Davion Mitchell. Love him. Dude plays with the right intensity and just the right force on the defensive end. And he got so much better offensively. Trae Young is not going anywhere. J-Dog, why hasn't the Lakers made any moves yet? Man, all these other teams, they're scooping in. They're being quick. They're making all these moves. They're doing what they need to do. So where's LeBron's decision going to be? The 30th? Oh, it's going to be the 29th. So I believe the 29th is the last day. Yes, Sunday the 29th. So that is going to be the day when LeBron's probably going to make his decision. But he's probably picking either... He's saying with the Lakers, he'll either opt out and then sign a new contract for probably like a 2-year deal, or he'll opt in and then that could be his last season. I don't know. But like if he opts in, I think it's more likely that it would be his last season. Need LeBron to opt out to take less money if you want to win. LeBron is not going to opt out. And the reason why is because he doesn't think probably that the Lakers, because the Lakers last season tried to, like, he was willing to take less money for a Klay Thompson, even a Valanciunas, even it was reported. So less money for those guys, but they didn't get any of those guys, so he ended up taking close to his max money anyways. So if he were to opt out, it was just to restructure his contract so he can just like probably play with Bryce in a couple of years if he can. People still go after the fact that we traded Alex Caruso and KCP. Yeah, that's a decision we probably won't live down. KCP less so. I think so because he's starting to fall off a little bit, but Alex Caruso will just won a championship, man. Like, there's no arguing that was a bad move. That was a horrendous move from the Lakers. Horrendous. Yeah, I don't know. The Lakers haven't made any moves just yet. Maybe something hasn't come to fruition just yet. But the Lakers, they remember the draft is 2 days, so they could still make some moves here. Be on the lookout for some of these teams that have too many centers now. So Portland is like a prime team, I think, in my opinion, to trade a center. Kessler, it's looking less likely. Don't know what Brooklyn wants to do with Claxton. I would look at Toronto's Jakob Poeltl, another solid guy, because they could be getting younger as well. So Jakob Poeltl could be a guy that's been traded. J-Doc says player needed that the MLE. Who you think if he does opt out? Well, I mean, the prize player is Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's the prize in free agency. Like, if you can get a guy at that price, it's him. But I don't think he'll demand that. He'll probably demand more money than the MLE because it's about $5.7 million a season. So I don't think Nickeil Alexander-Walker would require that. So I'm looking maybe towards other guys. See, I talked about Davion Mitchell. I like Davion Mitchell a lot. Dennis Schroeder, I wouldn't mind having Dennis Schroeder back. He's another dude. Trey Mann. Mind you, these are all like guards, so these are like point of attack guys. Trey Man, though, he's more of an offensive player than he is a defensive player, but he's real nice. Like of that Malik Monk ilk. Not as athletic, but like can definitely score in bunches. Any good free agents we can swoop in on? It's probably going to be vet min guys and probably backups. So be on the lookout for Lopez, Capella, Luke Cornett, those types of centers. Oh, how much do you think Wiggins could help? Wiggins could definitely help, but I wonder how much he's going to cost. There's been talks like we've talked about here on this channel about trades possibly, and it's probably going to be with Rui Hachimura. If I'm Lakers, I don't want to be giving up too much for Wiggins because you don't need just Wiggins. You need Wiggins and then some more players. You need Wiggins and then a center, and you need Wiggins and then probably another point of attack guard. How many picks do we have left in the draft? We're at pick 20. So 10 more. Sorry. Yeah. 21 because the Heat just drafted. So we're at 21. The Jazz are on the clock, and this pick is going to be traded to the Wizards. That's when they were first picked. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. No moves from the Lakers. No moves. Still got time though to make a deal. And Lakers could very well could trade up in the second round tomorrow because I could see that being a possibility as well. Robert Todd, Rob Pelinka Jr. What? That's actually crazy. Got Bobby Marks on screen talking about the Jazz. This pick is going to the Wizards, though. Let's see who goes here. So the 21st pick is hit. 9 more picks before this first half of the draft is ending, and then probably the stream will end as well. I'll talk a little bit afterwards. See if something happens to the Lakers. Pick is in. Got another wing going to Washington. Ooh, church. Steal of the draft by the Heat. Man, the Heat, they've been making some good picks every now and again. Literally every now and again. They've got a good coaching scouting department. Very good scouting department. They do a very good job of like finding the dudes that you need to draft. What's his name? Will Riley. Yeah, that's just going to the Wizards. And everyone just they really dragging out this first round because when I was younger, it was not this long. Genuinely. Like I'm just trying to figure out what happened. It's like, did we need to really make those ad dollars that much? Okay. So this kid gets drafted. So we get nine more picks. We'll see. Say that all night. We'll see if the Lakers make a move, but they have stand pat so far. They draft tomorrow, 55th pick. They should pick somebody up. We'll see what type of player it is, if it's a center or if it's a guard, point of attack defender, or maybe even a wing. There's kind of you have to go with the best available at the 55th pick. 22nd pick. This one's also being traded to the Nets. So we got a couple more picks now. We got the Hawks, Pelicans, still to pick, Thunder, Magic, Nets twice. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. The Nets, okay. I'd still keep the Nets and Claxton in mind. They have a couple picks here at the end of the first round. Let's see if they pick up a center or two. Celtics are also picking, and then the Suns are picking for the Hornets, and then the Clippers will round out the last pick of the first round. Almost there, guys. Lakers are getting Amari Williams. Nothing yet. Chilka Shams is on reporting again. Also reporting a trade. Shams hasn't looked too stressed though, so it seems like nothing too crazy is happening right now. That's how I like define things. If Shams ain't stressed, then not too much is going on right now. But the Nets, they have a couple of more picks, so they'll definitely be looking to the Nets if they were to make a trade. Bobby Marks, the money guy. I feel like Bobby Marks has been at ESPN for like forever. You know, he used to work in NBA offices. These drafts were funny when they used to have Bill Simmons on ESPN. Man, I don't like that he's a Celtics fan or anything like that, but just like, that guy is funny though. He can be very, very funny. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Your guy is all gone in this trade. Yeah, he was, yeah. We'll see what the Lakers if they make a move here. I do think the Nets are a very, very likely team to make a deal with. Because they've got two more picks in the first round. Still. 26 and 27 back to back. Let me check the Nets salary situation. It's probably not too much money because they don't have a lot of max players. I don't think they have any max players on their roster, to be completely honest with you guys. Oh yeah, they're shedding. Oh my god, yeah, they've got a lot of free agents. The Brooklyn Nets do. Um, Claxton and Cam Johnson are the only guys who have money on their roster. But yeah, Cam Thomas free agent, Daron Sharp free agent, Jar Williams free agent. Clowney and Dakari Whitehead are about to go on a free agency, so they've got one more year. Keon Johnson, Maxwell Lewis, Tyrese, like Drew Timmy, their whole roster pretty much. So the Brooklyn Nets roster is going to change because they have got a ton of guys who are about to either be expiring contracts or in the last year of their contract. So Melton's a free agent, Russell's a free agent, Bogdanovich is a free agent. Lot of free agents. So the Nets are in the right space to make a move. Hopefully by midnight something happens for Laker Nation. Young to Edom Rich, maybe. We'll see. We're coming up on it. We're coming up on the end of the first round here. We're at the 22nd pick. Ooh, the Brooklyn Nets will select Drake Powell, 22nd overall pick. Okay. So that's going 22 overall, and that's going to Brooklyn. And still got more picks, man. How do they? I guess I got to fill out the roster with all these free agents leaving, probably. The Brooklyn Nets will select. Yeah, it's Drake Powell. So, oh, he was part of that Porzingis deal. So that was that trade, that 3-team trade with the Celtics, Hawks, and Nets. Drake Powell, on-ball defender. That's something the Lakers need mightily. And a 3-point shooter. Yeah, a lot of 3-and-D guys going on here from like the teens on. I think besides those two centers that were drafted back to back, 17 and 18, it's been all like 3-and-D guys. I think there was like one scoring guard too that was picked up by the Pelicans. Yeah, I think by the Pelicans. Herb Jones about to be fighting for his life on defense with Masimi if he's still on the team. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. It's extremely hard to trust the Lakers after drafting Bronny. I think you got to give the Lakers, um, scouting department more credit. They drafted Bronny mostly out of a formality. Like everybody knew that was going to happen. That was going to be that was almost like a foregone conclusion that Bronny was going to be drafted by the Lakers, and it was the 55th pick. So, but the stuff before the Lakers have been doing, guys from Clarkson to Kuzma to Josh Hart to Lonzo Ingram, Julius Randle, Ivica Zubac, Mo Wagner, who's still playing in the league. Just all of those guys were all drafted by the Lakers. And they're the same scouting department. So the same scouting department who is picking up these guys who we all like, and they're all good players around the league, is the same one that drafted Bronny, drafted Hutchafina's probably been the real blemish on the team because you said all traded away. I mean, yeah. Won a championship though. That's part of the reason. Be able to get a championship, I think that's the end goal. Like everyone wants to have the story like the Thunder where you like grow with the young guys and win, but that's extremely hard to do, and that's why like only like a small amount of teams like actually do it. So Lakers scouting, I think they're pretty good. They're one of the better scouting departments. Like I put them up there with the Spurs, who are very good. Spurs are extremely good. The Miami Heat are very good at drafting. Oklahoma City Thunder, drafting and developing. Like I'll even say Boston too. Boston's pretty good at drafting players, developing guys, even if they're not from their team, because they drafted Aaron Nesmith, and look at Nesmith now, one of the top defenders in the league. So those are the teams that know what they're doing, but there's a lot of teams that don't know what they're doing draft wise. That's why you see them in the lottery every year. Charlotte Hornets, team in the lottery every year. Pelicans, every year. Shams, give me something good. Mm. Shams gave a bit of a report. This is free agency though, but this is for the Heat. Okay, there's a few teams doing a really good job for themselves in this like draft today. Teams like OKC just got a little bit richer. Miami Heat had a nice pick. Who else? Utah Jazz surprisingly have had a pretty nice draft. If you were to trade LeBron, do you think the NBA would hand us the number 1 overall pick next year? uh, Unfortunately, it don't work like that. I would love to think it does, but it doesn't. and the Lakers wouldn't trade. And LeBron's one of the few players. He's actually one of two players who has a no trade clause, and I don't think the Lakers will trade Bron unless things went like horribly horribly wrong, horribly wrong for them to like consider trading LeBron James in like this at his age, because he's closer to retirement than he is playing 5 more seasons. So if I were to guess, it would probably be either if it's not this season, next season would be the last season for LeBron James, just so he can play with Bronny, and then that'd be all good for him. Luka's like, yeah, that's a one-time thing. A one-time thing. I guess the same thing happened with Cleveland once they got Kyrie when Bron left the first time. But we back? Thanks, we're back. There it is. We back. Connection's good. Connection's good. All right. Now we're back. Cool. But my ESPN stream stopped. Gotta love that. All right. Almost done here with the first round. Now that the 22nd pick was in and Drake Powell just went, Pelicans are about to pick for the Hawks in that trade from earlier where they traded the 13th pick for this pick. And it looks like it is Newell. As Newell, who got drafted at the 23rd pick. By the way, if you guys are just joining, did the Lakers make a trade? No. Should probably just like have that as a questionnaire. Did the Lakers make a trade? No. No. All right. Ash Newell. That sounds like Ash Ketchum. I want to be the very best that no one ever was. To watch me. I will travel across the world. What y'all know about that? Pokemon thing? Alright, 23rd pick, 24th pick, so 6 more picks to go in this first round. It should get interesting again for the Lakers, at least, from when the Nets are picking. Just because I still think the Nets can draft a center and change things for the roster. Maybe it makes Claxton available, maybe it doesn't. It's almost like the Lakers are waiting for tomorrow to make this trade. It's almost like they don't want to make a deal today. They're just like, hey, man, we're going to keep it low key. Just like, yeah, this is everybody else's day. Just can do it for them. All these other teams are trading other picks. And the Hawks. So the Hawks are doing some things as well, because the Hawks have been trying to upgrade their roster, because they can see in the East. The East is wide open. The East is really freaking wide open. And if you're like a team like the Hawks, if you're a team like the Pistons, if you're a like any one of these teams who are just like, oh yeah, like we either just made the playoffs or like a 6, 7, 8 seed or something like that, like you can make a deep run in the East. You really could. Because East is wide open. Celtics are not going to be the same. The Pacers are not going to be the same. There's another team that's probably gonna make a trade or two. The Cavs, they're not gonna look like the same team next season. So if you're in the East, you can make a deal and then you can find yourself in contention because there just isn't enough teams out there. But the West though is going to be a gauntlet, and the Lakers need to get bigger. Need to. Because everybody around them is getting bigger. Everybody. Brought back Shams again. Pick is in for the Sixers. Oh, sorry, not Sixers. The Thunder. I know why I said Sixers. The Sacramento Kings are trading the 24th pick. Are trading for the 24th pick from Oklahoma City and taking Nikhil Clifford. I think Clifford was he drafted a different point? Oh no, he's drafted right now. So this pick is being drafted by Oklahoma City, but going to the Kings. Yeah, OKC trading picks, that makes sense because OKC they can't keep stockpiling players from first round, like because eventually you're gonna have too many players in the roster, so you literally can't do this. So yeah, this pick is going to the Kings. I think the Spurs and Houston is scarier than OKC next year. The Spurs, I think they got to make one more move. Like Wemby, terrifying. Yes, 1 year better, a lot stronger. It looks like De'Aaron Fox is a blur. They got Dylan Harper now. They got Steven Castle, but they got to make a trade because they've got like too many guys who play like the same position. So like, what are you gonna do with Keldon Johnson? What are you gonna do with Devin Vassell? Like, what are you gonna do with these guys? Because they play similar position to Harper and Stephen Castle. So somebody has to go. And Keel Clifford, I'm so weak. That's one of his highlights. Attended Kobe Bryant camp. It's like most of these guys, and it's some random player Scott, but the Chris Paul, Kobe, LeBron. Name one of the, or even Steph, because some of these guys are young enough. Guard from Colorado State. Not too many guys get drafted out of there too. Houston for sure is going to be a challenge. Houston has size. Houston has defensive toughness. And now they've got like their go-to scorer with Kevin Durant. Man, that team and Ahmed Thompson is just getting better every year and every year. So they're of the team that I'm like definitely like get them penned in, circled. Like, hey, like watch out for this team because you're gonna need multiple defenders. You're gonna need multiple athletes just to hang with them because of how tough they're gonna be defensively. But you're right, Dylan. Houston's gonna be something. Spurs, one more move away. Then we'll start talking about the Spurs as like one of those teams because they still got to do it in the playoffs too. Like they can be a good regular season team, but if you can't do it in the playoffs, like what's that gonna matter? So many picks getting just swapped left and right. Oh, so it was Colorado, then Colorado State. Oh man, 5 year player. Man, there's a lot of guys like that. I gotta realize like COVID has bounced a lot of guys like back, so this is gonna be like a lot of 4 or 5 year pros. Okay, okay. So Cleo Clifford going to the Sacramento Kings. So they got another player. Kings are another team that they I thought they were gonna make some deals. They are still keeping DeMar DeRozan for the time being. They're still keeping I think Keon Ellis though is a free agent. That's another guy I'd like for the Lakers. 3-and-D guard, or like a D and 3 guard, really can defend and defend multiple positions. Play a little bit of point guard, a little bit, but yeah, he's a nice player, and you can slot him next to Luka and Austin. Magic are picking next, the 25th pick. 5 more picks. Then the draft for the first round is wrapped. Tomorrow will be the second round of the NBA draft where the Lakers will pick 55th. Hopefully, we'll see if they move up, make a trade for a center. Because I'm saying this all night, West is getting more deep and deep at that position. So they're going to need size. And they're going to need it. They're going to need it now. Pick is in, though, for the Orlando Magic. So it looks like they know who they want. Any clock now. So with these combined streams, if you're watching the first one and the cut, the second one, this is almost like 3 hours now that we have been here, seeing if the Lakers will be taking advantage of this golden opportunity to possibly make a deal here. Because draft day I think, is always a pivotal day that you can make deals, but they have not done so just yet. The Orlando Magic just selected Jace Richardson at the 25th pick, according to Michael Scudo. It's a good reporter over there. Really knows his prospects, and he's part of Hoops Hype, so he's been a guy that's been around for a minute. Come on, Lake Show. Also, appreciate all of y'all who have been here commenting, talking to me through the stream, hoping that the Lakers will do something here. Because I have been sitting here hoping for the best, and we've just haven't got anything. Maybe comes tomorrow. More than likely, it would come during some point of free agency. Like, the Lakers aren't going to go and start the season without a starting center or do the Jackson Hayes thing again. Jackson Hayes could be on the roster, but he's more likely to be there as a backup than a starting center. So the Magic will pick up Jace. Is that a Magic fan with a Cole Anthony jersey? Bro, you need a new jersey now. He is traded. Jace Richardson, a small guard. 6 feet. So they're just replacing Cole Anthony. Just wild. Yeah, attacking guard that can score. Yeah, that's literally Cole Anthony. And he's 6 feet, so he's a little undersized, a little small. Well, good on-ball defender. So not Cole Anthony. Cole Anthony didn't have this in his bag. That's good for him, though. That's gonna get him in the league. It's gonna get him playing time. It's gonna get him minutes. Playing defense. The offensive stuff, like, yeah, sure. But the defensive is way more important for these rookies and young guys. But going to the Magic, though, but a team it's good for him, though, because he's not going to have to be playing a bunch initially. They're probably going to be playing at the guard positions: Jalen Suggs, Desmond Bane, Anthony Black a lot. There's another guard they got there on their roster, Corey Joseph, but I think he's a free agent, so he might be on his way out. Caleb Houston plays some too, but he's more of a 3. Oh, is Richardson related to Jason Richardson? I can totally see that, actually. I wonder if he's a high fly act, like his family member here. Wait, 13 seasons, wow. Good for Jay Rich. So yeah, that pick is in. All right, now we're on to Brooklyn's picks. So Brooklyn was the other team that I was like very interested. If they're going to do something and that it's going to affect the Lakers, it would possibly be them, because at this current moment, I don't think Luka is to impress. At this current moment, I don't think Luka totally cares. But it's a draft. It's day one of the draft, and there's still going to be a second day tomorrow where the Lakers can still make some moves, and it's very likely they're going to make some moves and bring in a center. Just who the Lakers are going to bring in, what type of center, what centers. It's plural. I don't envision them just keeping the same roster, and they really can't, because they got a few free agencies and a few free agents in key positions. One being center. So whether if they trade for a guy or they're bringing a backup, and the backups we'll be talking about, Clint Capella, Luke Knecht, Brooke Lopez. I named Daron Sharp earlier, but naming him more again because if he, what is he? Who Dang says Rusko Zarinsky is your best bet. We're talking about one of these players. I mean, the Lakers could probably trade up in the second round and draft a guy like that. I don't see it now because the Lakers haven't done any moves. They haven't made any deals. Is that Cooper Flag with his commercial already? That's crazy. But yeah, I don't see the Lakers making a deal unless if the Nets do something here with these next couple of picks, drafting centers like everybody else in the West has. Then Lakers gotta make a play for yeah, they gotta make a play for what's his face? Nick Claxton. Must. Him, Jared Allen, I think is going to be a person who's gonna be available. He's gonna cost a lot. Money wise. Not I don't think too much with your assets, but he's gonna cost a lot money wise. 16 new posts. Oh yeah, that's his dad. So yeah, Jace Richardson. Dang, we're really getting old. I'm saying Jason Richardson's son. Crazy. So, oh, that's funny. The the Magic now have the son of Juwan Howard and Jason Richardson on their team. That is funny. Hey man, NBA is also a legacy sport. A lot of guys. He was like, "Oh, my dad played in the league at some point, and now I'm in the league." A lot of legacy dudes. Not saying it didn't take hard work to get there, but I'm just it's simpler if your dad was like, "Hey, I'm in the NBA and I have all the tools and resources to get you to where you need to go." Um. Oh, it's exciting for any of those who watch TV. The Bear is back. Oh, I know I'm gonna be watching that later on. One of my favorite shows. Lakers got to get it together, man. Come on now. Brooklyn's got a few picks here now. They got that center that you want, Claxton. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, Lakers? Rob, now's your time to shine. Sorry about that. That was like a highlight clip. Still no moves. Come on, 7. So, this was part of the Bridges trade. This is why the Nets have back-to-back picks. So one of these picks is the Knicks trade from the Miles Mikal Bridges trade. This is all the first round picks everybody was like losing sleep over. Is like, oh no, first round pick. Per normal in the funhouse. Yes, come on, Lakers. I mean, we're waiting. The West, everybody's been loading up on big man. That's been the theme of the night. It's like, oh, this team has got another center. This team got a couple centers. A guy by the name of Ben Serif. Don't know who that is. About to find out though. Starting to get to that point of the draft where like these are players that I don't know too much about. Really, that end of the first round, beginning of the second. There might be some guys who slip here or there. Oh, he's from Israel. I've never heard of this prospect. And interesting. I wonder if they got tape on him. ESPN, what you got? So his name is Ben Schaefer, 6'6" guard from Israel. He's a creative playmaker. Aren't they all? All right, another guard. I guess you kind of need it because D'Lo's probably leaving, and you need a point guard to start for your team next to Cam Thomas. Makes sense. I got another pick though, and that pick is in right now, or about to be in. Ben Shaper. I wonder if anybody gets like a comp for him. Another primary ball handler. Yeah, you're right. That's two they drafted in this draft. The Nets did. They got two primary ball handlers. They had a lot of picks this draft, actually. I'm gonna look through this. Because they first drafted. Oh yeah, Igor Demon from BYU. That was a 6'6" guard. They drafted Noel Torreri, so that was Amir Torreri's brother, another guard. And now they drafted their third guard. So, by theory of this, that means they're going for a center? Or are they going for another guard? Because there's no way this team is going to draft four guards in the first round. Like, I think the Minnesota Timberwolves did like a whole bunch of years ago. Oh, that was so just bad. But the Brooklyn Nets are clapping it up there in their room. Almost down here though. Got four more picks with this draft, or three more, I should say, because the 27th pick is in. So Brooklyn is about to make their selection. Lakers, I thought this was a team that they can maybe make a deal for, but all of the picks from the Nets have been all guards, like, and they're like all ball handlers too. So I'm just like, what is the point? There's a forward by the name of Danny Wolf for the highlighting. Is he the one next to be drafted? Is that what they're doing, drafting a forward? It's like, all right, we got four guards with our picks. Let's draft another guard / wing. Are the Lakers gonna make a trade or what? D, I'm freaking hoping they are. I have a feeling the Lakers are gonna make a move the weekend we go into the fourth. Maybe. Hoping something was gonna transpire today because this is usually like when a lot of these trades happen, and a lot of teams have been making trades. A lot of teams around them have been getting better, getting centers, getting bigger. So the Lakers have to take that into account. So they haven't made a deal yet. Maybe something happened here with the Nets because the Nets are about to make another pick, but they picked four guards already. So the Nets, they've gone out of left field. So I don't know what their plan is for this pick. But this is kind of like the last real hope if the Lakers are going to make a trade today, I think, with this Brooklyn Nets team if they were going to draft a center. I think the Lakers are going to do trades after they see who went where in the first round. Maybe because they're picking in the second round. They got the 55th pick tomorrow. We'll see if they trade in, like higher in the second round. They've done it in the past. We'll see if they do it again. So, who's getting picked here at 27 to the Nets? If they pick another guard, I swear, they do not know what they're doing. So, oh, he just announced the trade. So the Nets select. Oh, there it goes. Danny Wolf from Michigan. So, another forward. He probably looks like that guy slipped. Yeah, he did. It's way in the draft. Okay. So that puts a dent in all of my theories. The Nets picked up 5 picks in this first round. Danny Wolf slipped all the way. The Nets had four guards, man. What the heck? 4 guards? Are you serious? In the first round? Oh, man. This is why I'm not running a team, I guess. Well, that's the 27th pick. So now we got 28 from Boston, 29 from Phoenix, and I believe 30 by the Clippers. Yes, 30 by the Clippers. So Boston, I wonder what they'll do with this pick. They have been trying to shed salary. Maybe they draft this player and trade him. The Suns are already trading the 29th pick. It's going to the Hornets, so the Hornets will get this pick. And the Clippers, who could probably use some young talent. They're going to lose some guys in free agency here. I think the Lakers are going to do trades. Yeah, I do. I honestly do think Lakers are going to do trades. It's like when, and it gets a lot of people antsy and a little anxious of when it's going to happen. Whether if it's tonight, it's seeming more and more like unlikely tonight. Tomorrow, there's still a chance they could still even trade up into the second round if they find a player they like, or if a player they wanted slipped. But that is looking like the route right now. Less so them trading today. Unless we get a Shams bomb here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. Okay. Crying for Danny Wolf. That's good. Always good to see these guys have their moment, get drafted. I do like to see that. You know, you work so hard to get in a position in life, and then once you like finally get there, like hear your name called, like that's like so exhilarating and I don't know, fulfilling. It's because once your like work is like validated, it feels very fulfilling. Pick is in for the Celtics. 3 more picks in this draft, and then it is over for the first round, and then we are on to the second round tomorrow, which is now looking more likely that the Lakers will make a deal at some point. Maybe it's a trade up in the draft. Maybe it could be trading for that center and using the picks. Do you think the Lakers will? Do you think the Lakers will trade? Oh, do you think the Lakers trade will be a big one? It'll feel big to us, but no, not big in stature. I don't think they're going to trade for like an all-star level player this offseason just because like I don't think most of them will be available. The the most likeliest guy is maybe Adebayo, but I don't know if Miami is willing to part ways with him just yet. Um, so I don't see them making a big deal, but I can see them making a deal where it's like, okay, you trade Rui and you trade him for like a starting center, or you trade Cleveland Gabe and then you get like a better backup point guard or something like that. So something along those lines, but not like a massive trade. Celtics pick is in, and who are they picking? Doesn't matter. Is this gonna stay with them? Oh, they picked a dude from Spain. Like, might as well pick a project at this end of the first round. Spain 6'6" wing. Oh, he's a rim protector. Excuse me? Why is a rim protecting wing is he like an energy guy? He seems like an energy guy. So this is also the first time in NBA history that a team has had 5 first round picks. And the Brooklyn Nets decided, let's go with 4 guards. Sure. We back. Anytime this happens, I'm just like, man, we need to get off the Wi-Fi. Post trade here. So this one is picking by the Suns, but it's going to the Hornets. So this is the second to last pick here. Like I said, almost done here. Guys, thank you for being a part of the stream. Everybody who's commented. Dylan Mark, Nick, Parallel Funhouse D, Adrian, J-Dog, Zach. Just all you guys left, right, and center. Appreciate the support, the continued support. As whenever things break, we'll be right there to break it for you. But the Lakers seem to be standing pat here, at least for today. There's still a good chance, though, for tomorrow, as the Lakers will pick 55th tomorrow in the draft. But a lot of things that surprised me here, though, in this first round. Just now coming to the end of it. I think the biggest thing is maybe Ace Bailey falling to 5, then going to Utah, and Utah taking a flyer on him, essentially. Because that was something I did not foresee. And then, obviously, with Brooklyn having all of their guards they picked, I think that's an issue. That's the thing. This isn't a stop for them because the trades can still happen later tonight. Yeah, you're right. Young Detroit, you're totally right. Like, even if the draft ends like tonight, they can still make a trade later tonight. You're totally right. But I'd be on the lookout like today, tomorrow. Definitely keep my eyes peeled for those type of things, and then we'll bring it to you as Lakers Digest if something breaks. But it has the makings, because there's a lot of teams now with the trades that happen. Portland has an excess of centers. Now with the Mavericks, they kind of have like an abundance of front court players and centers. The Lakers can use a center. The Hawks bring in Porzingis, and I think they brought in somebody else. Maybe Okongwu's available. Maybe they don't believe in him. I don't know. Maybe that's maybe another young center, another name that we haven't talked about too much. Jakob Poeltl has been a name that I've thrown around there, mostly because I think the Raptors are going in a different direction, and Jakob Poeltl is not too expensive to bring in trade-wise. So something can be done, but it just hasn't for the Lakers. Trade Rob Pelinka for Nico Harrison. Too bad you can't trade GMs. You can trade coaches, though, which is crazy. But you cannot trade GMs. Sun's got about a minute left for this pick. Very interested to see that. Which team? Oh, Portland. Portland made some deals. Some deals to kind of like get them more in contention. Same with the Hawks too. The Hawks are, you can see that Portland and the Hawks are two teams trying to like vie for that play-in, maybe even like bottom half of the play-in or playoff picture. Those are two teams that made moves. The Suns obviously getting 2 centers, shoring up their center position within like, it was a crazy, it happened like within 30 seconds, 30 to like 6 seconds of each other, them trading for 2 centers. So good on them for that. Lakers, though, expecting something to happen. Still could happen. Less likely that it happens right now in this draft. There's one more pick, I believe, after the Suns pick, because the Suns pick is about to be in. Yes, the pick is in for the Suns. Who would they pick? Well, it depends, because it's going to the Charlotte Hornets. I can totally see another center being drafted here, just because the Charlotte Hornets, since they now just traded their center over there, they might actually try to go for a center on their part, because they do have one other guy on the roster who I'm forgetting his name, but it starts with like his initials like an MD. That Diabite. I think that's his name, but he's a great rebounder, like a Reggie Evans type rebounder, if you remember that name. But offensive game is still a work in progress for him. But very, very nice, like, young player, but like he's still not like a center size, so they might be looking for a center here, which is funny because the Lakers are a team who's been severely lacking in that position. All these teams around you have been making moves for centers, and the Lakers have not. Charlotte is selecting Liam McNeil for the 29th pick. So that would be going to them since it was traded from Phoenix. Still 127 of you in here. Yeah, appreciate y'all, all of y'all. As we wait here for Rob Pelinka to make a move, which seems highly unlikely. Suns making the second to last pick of the night. And Suns making the second to last pick of the night here. Is that... Oh my god, it is our former friend who could have been the head coach. And thank God that he wasn't the head coach from UConn. But we'll see how this player does here. It's a wing player. It's a wing player for the Charlotte Hornets. Liam McNeil. He played with Cooper Flags at Montverde Academy. His mother also played at Rice. So, again, these guys all come from basketball and athletic backgrounds. So these guys are almost like breaded and ready for this like NBA moment. So yeah, they had a wing player. He's going to Charlotte. We'll see how it works. Charlotte, man, Charlotte just they've made interesting decisions. They have good players on their roster. They have LaMelo. They have Brandon Miller. Those are two very good starting points, but the rest of the roster needs work. Bridges, solid player, but issues off the court. They just traded Mark Williams. Seth Curry still on that roster. Jalen Green. Diabito was just talking about. So yeah, they've got work to do on the roster to really make it competitive, because the Charlotte Hornets for a couple of years, I thought they were going to be a playing team, but they have yet to really make waves in that right. So it's really unfortunate for a team like the Hornets. But I mean, we'll see if Liam can make a difference here for the Hornets. But last pick now. Last pick, number 30th pick. The Clippers are on the clock. Like I said, once again, thanks again for everybody who has joined the stream. I'm going to be ending shortly here in a bit after they announced the 30th pick. But hoping the Lakers could make something of this first day of the draft. They did not, but they do have a pick tomorrow. And it's going to be the 55th pick. We'll see what they do there. We'll see if they trade up. We'll see if they make any other trades. Regardless, we will bring it to you from Lakers Digest. But man, it's been a fun time though. A lot of people commented, a lot of good conversations. We talked about a lot of different dudes viable that could be for the Lakers. And with this draft here, there is going to be room for some trade. If it doesn't happen tonight, I don't think, or even tomorrow night, I think it's not the worst thing in the world for the Lakers. They can still make a move at the start of free agency and throughout free agency. It's just we'll judge this team more once we find out the full roster, probably by like August, once everybody is signed, and everybody, it's also including LeBron James, who, there's a couple of things that he can do. One, if he opts in, which if he opts in, I do think it's a high possibility it could be his last season. But if he opts out and then restructures his contract, then the Lakers might be... well, it depends on how he restructures his contract, but it's reported that he wasn't going to take a pay cut. So I don't see him taking a pay cut. So the Lakers probably won't have the full mid-level exception, but they'll have the mini mid-level exception, which is at $5.7 million. So that they can spend, and there's a good chance that Dorian Finney-Smith could come back as well, because he has a player option, but he just had surgery. So most guys who usually have surgery don't negotiate a new contract unless your name is Kyrie Irving. But if you are in Dorian Finney-Smith's right, who was a person who was has been a role player his entire career, then you kind of need to pick up that option. So I can see him picking up that option as well. So the Lakers, free agency wise, it's probably going to be more minimum level guys. So look out for Luke Knecht. Look out for Clint Capella, Brooke Lopez. Even Day'Ron Sharpe can be a name. Look out for those guys as possible pickups. Also, like some other guys, some guards, point of attack guards that I've talked about because that's another need for the Lakers. Things like, or guys like Dennis Schroeder, Davion Mitchell, Trey Mann, or a couple of names that I like for the Lakers. For that sort of like that backup guard role position, because I wouldn't mind moving off of Gabe Vincent. Gabe Vincent was solid at points, but like he wasn't super extraordinary either. So I wouldn't be too against moving off of him. Last pick of the draft, or the first round, sorry. And the Clippers have this pick. The Clippers are in a weird spot, I think. I mean, you have aging stars, but they're still good. Like, Kawhi is still good. He's aging, though. James Harden is good, but he's aging. Zubac had a very nice season, which is good for them and bad for us, Laker fans, because we should have Zubac on our team. Really solve that center issue. They've got a bunch of Norman Powell played well for them. Derek Jones is under contract. Chris Dunn's a free agent, and he's a guy that I'd like for maybe a buy low guy for the Lakers. He's a point of attack defender, a guy that's been in the league for a couple of seasons, for a couple of years, so he knows a thing or two. So he's more of a wily vet, a guy that you can trust in some moments. The shooting can come and go, but the defense is always there for Chris Dunn. So he could be another name that the Lakers could look into. But yeah, that pick is in. About to see Adam Silver's bald head once more time. And we shall see. So the Clippers picked Yamik Niederhauser? I don't know. I don't know how to say that name. But another foreign dude. Could be a project. Let's see what the comp is for him. I gotta read that name again, because like, what? Yannick Niemerhauser? It could be German. I really am butchering his name. I'm so sorry to this man. So sorry. That's crazy. Here comes Adam Silver. And the 30th pick. Yes. Can you say this name? Oh, you can. He's in the audience. How fun. And he is a center. Is he German, as I was assuming? Because like the Hauser is a German, I feel like a German origin name. Hauser. Guten Tag, Hauser. Like that's the name. He's the first round pick in Penn State history. Oh, actually, that kind of makes sense. They're a football school. Pick the hat up, man. almost walked by. Almost didn't put on that hat. Okay, a tall center. What's he got though? What are the stats on the suit? So, but that was the last pick of this first round by the Clippers. Anemic Koning. I don't know how to say his name. It's I don't want to keep butchering it. But yes, he was the last pick of the draft. Second round starts tomorrow, and we'll probably have some more coverage then about what we'll talk about, and we'll talk about it if anything new comes up in the morning, which I would suspect some things to happen like that. Lakers do have the 55th pick. Very, very, very good pick. So just before we head out, though, I will answer a few questions if y'all still have it in the chat. I think the Lakers can surprise. A word. I mean, Luka, and we're sold. We're solid. GRL 10 by. I can feel this. Lakers will shock the worlds again, don't you think? Yes, the Lakers can shock the worlds. Well, the center's 6'11". Oh, he's definitely a rim protector. Okay, nice person to put behind Zubac and company. Would have been a nice guy for the Lakers if you can get him second round. He looks like Jackson Hayes. It's crazy. Everything about him, he looks like Jackson Hayes. But the Lakers still can make a move here. Whether it's tonight or tomorrow, like I said, second round of the draft, same time, I believe, 5 o'clock. Should be shorter. This was almost 3 hours. My goodness, ESPN. Like, the first round should not be this long. They dragged it out a little bit too long. They got to cut that down in the future. Like, that's, Felt like I was watching a baseball game and like the old school baseball game before the Pitcock. But yes, thank you though for everybody that has joined the stream. From all of you left, right, and center, I don't see any more new questions here, so I think I am going to probably end it here. First round is done, complete. Lakers stand pat, did not do anything at the moment. Still doesn't mean they can make moves afterwards, but they probably are, mostly because the West got a lot stronger with a lot of centers. So, thanks again for joining Lakers Digest. I have been your host, Okechi Apakama, and make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you like the channel, want more stuff like that, let us know. If you guys want us to go live more often, I'm more willing to go live and see how things are like of that nature. But thanks again for joining us, and I will catch you guys on the next one.